Coming to you live from Angkasa Puri with the latest news. I'm Brennan Paul and this is News at 10. The headlines tonight. Malaysia and Turkey agree to work together to ensure stable food supply chains. And thanks for your company. Now, Malaysia and Turkey have agreed to continue to work together to ensure their food supply chains remain adequate and stable. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Semasa said he and Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan concurred that the food security issue had become increasingly worrisome due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
Kami bersetuju bahawa isu keselamatan makanan kian meruncing akibat daripada pandemik COVID-19 malah kini menjadi semakin kritikal ekoran konflik di Ukraine. Dalam konteks ini, Malaysia dan Turki bersetuju untuk bekerjasama bagi memastikan rantaian bekalan makanan sentiasa mencukupi dan stabil.
Datuk Seri Semasa said this in a joint press conference with Erdogan at the presidential complex in Ankara today. The Premier, who is on a 4-day official visit to the Republic at the invitation of Erdogan, said that among the immediate steps taken by Malaysia and Turkey to tackle this issue was boosting trade in food products and maintaining their cooperation in sharing information and experiences. Meanwhile, Datuk Seri Semasa said the two Islamic countries were also in agreement on the need for continued support for the Palestinian struggle. The Premier added that Malaysia also appreciates Turkey's stand and efforts in championing the cause of the Palestinians.
Kedua-dua negara bersama like-minded countries akan terus menyelaras usaha ke arah menamatkan pendudukan rejim Zionis dan merealisasikan Palestin sebagai sebuah negara yang merdeka dan berdaulat.
On the Russia-Ukraine issue, the Prime Minister said he praised Erdogan's efforts to find a peaceful resolution to the conflict and that they both agreed that all parties involved should take immediate action to settle the conflict, which has threatened world peace. The Prime Minister said at his meeting with Erdogan, he congratulated the President on the United Nations recognition of the country's name change from Turkey to Turkey. Turkey is Malaysia's third biggest trading partner in the West Asia, after Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates (UAE), with total trade between the two countries hitting 16.97 billion ringgit in 2021 and projects implemented worth 444.59 million ringgit. Turkish Aerospace Industries, or TAI, is hoping to realize its plan to build a manufacturing plant for aerospace products in Malaysia within a year and make the Southeast Asian country its Asia-Pacific base. TAI President and Chief Executive Officer Professor Tamal Kotil said among the products that it plans to produce in Malaysia are the locally developed ANCA, Unmanned Aerial Vehicle UAV, training aircraft, Gok Bay helicopter, and the Herjet Light Attack Jet, which is expected to be unveiled next year. Kotil said that TAI, which has opened an office in Sabujaya late last year, was looking to work closely with Malaysian companies to open the plant and support Malaysia's aerospace industry with its experiences.
My president telling us you need to support the country like Malaysia, and what we are building, if we share our knowledge, actually we're increasing. We're using your engineer to increase our knowledge, you know. This is the win-to-win. So we are very open. Of course, in order to start production, we need to have some business in Malaysia. That's natural. And inshallah, we're waiting. And when we come to Malaysia, and for the production, you will see that the background IP we're bringing is very valuable.
He was met after the visit of Prime Minister Datuk Seri Semasa to its sprawling facility on Wednesday. Meanwhile, Malaysian Industry Government Group for High Technology Joint Chairman Tan Sri Ahmad Tajuddin Ali said the technology think tank is working closely with TAI to transfer the aerospace technology from Turkey to Malaysia.
Di MIT kita memang menekankan untuk menggunakan peluang di mana pihak kita, pihak kerajaan untuk keperluan pertahanan negara dan sebagainya untuk membeli barang-barang dari luar. Tetapi kalau kita terus membeli saja sampai bila? Tapi dengan menggaitkan dengan pemindahan teknologi dan di mana pihak pembekal bersedia untuk datang ke Malaysia untuk membangunkan kilang dan sebagainya akan membolehkan kita mencapai membangunkan teknologi sendiri dan harapnya di masa depan kita tak bergantung lagi kepada pihak-pihak luar.
TAI has signed a Memorandum of Understanding MOU with Negeri Sembilan's Norfolk Southern Corp for the development of NS Aerospace Valley and Unmanned Vehicle Valley in the state. The collaboration will see the development of aerospace component manufacturing, maintenance, repair and overhaul, as well as skilled workforce development and technology transfers. Small and medium-scale chicken breeders are allowed to take advance payments of chicken price subsidy as one of the ways to ensure the supply of chicken in the market remains stable. According to Chairman of the Special Task Force on Jihad Against Inflation, Tan Sri Anobusa, the payment process would also be made easy so as to enable the breeders to receive the subsidy without hassle.
Kita akan terus memastikan bekalan ayam distabilkan dan cukup serta proses untuk menyampaikan bantuan subsidi yang sedang dilaksanakan ini dapat dijalankan dengan berkesan.
Speaking to the media after chairing the Special Task Forces meeting in Putrajaya today, Tan Sri Anwar said the subsidies provided to chicken breeders since 5th of February had amounted to 1.1 billion ringgit. And based on the report presented at the meeting, the prices and supply of chicken in the market was stable. Tan Sri Anwar said the entire ecosystem related to chicken production was also being scrutinized and that continuous monitoring would be carried out to ensure that the supply system and the ecosystem remain under control. He said the government had also introduced several measures to ensure a stable supply of chicken in the market, including simplifying import procedures on 4 commodities, expediting the import licensing process, and increasing the number of abattoirs and slaughterhouses abroad. Meanwhile, Tan Sri also urged cooking oil manufacturers to comply fully with all the conditions imposed by the Ministry of Domestic Trade and Consumer Affairs, KBDN-HEP, to prevent the leakage of cooking oil supplies. He said the task force will also ensure that firm and continuous actions are taken against those found involved in the leakage of subsidized cooking oil supply, which had been rampant in the past. Tan Sri Anwar said the integrated operation would be intensified to prevent supplies of cooking oil from being smuggled into foreign countries, including close monitoring of the country's borders by the Malaysian Armed Forces (MAF) and the General Operations Force (PGA). He said in the past 6 months, the authorities had confiscated 1.5 million ringgit in value, involving 61 cases.
Kita juga akan mengutip maklumat-maklumat secara lebih mendalam lagi tentang sekiranya masih lagi juga berlaku pengilang-pengilang yang sengaja meneruskan atau turut terlibat dengan kegiatan-kegiatan terutamanya penyeludupan dan menjual minyak-minyak masak bersubsidi secara pukal bagi tujuan yang lain daripada dasar yang ditetapkan, iaitu membekalkan minyak bersubsidi kepada kumpulan ataupun kepada sektor kegunaan domestik.
On another matter, the Special Task Force on Jihad Against Inflation has asked Bank Negara Malaysia (BNM) and the Department of Statistics Malaysia (DOSM) to provide clarification to the people on the justification for the increase in overnight policy rate or OPR. According to Tan Sri Anwar, the people needed to be given a proper understanding of the decision to increase the OPR by 25 basis points to 2.25% yesterday.
Saya harap kita semua dapat memahami bahawasanya badan yang menentukan kadar faedah itu adalah satu badan yang bebas. Mereka mempunyai alasan-alasan dan sebab-sebab yang tertentu, tetapi mereka juga perlu membuat penjelasan-penjelasan agar orang ramai dapat memahami justifikasi kenapa tindakan tertentu diambil oleh Bank Negara dan sebagainya.
Yesterday, BNM's Monetary Policy Committee decided to raise the OPR, which is the benchmark for loans and savings, by 25 basis points, or 0.25%, to 2.25%. It is the second increase in 2 months, after the OPR was raised 25 basis points to 2.0% in May. And coming up, husband and wife found dead, covered in blood in their living room. Stay tuned. But first, all school cooperatives nationwide are urged to get involved in agriculture to help the government achieve its goal of producing more modern farmers in the country. Entrepreneur Development and Cooperatives Minister Tan Sri Noh Omar said this would also help reduce the country's dependence on food imports and indirectly solve the problem of rising prices of goods.
Kita harap kali ini koperasi sekolah bukan saja menumpukan kepada bidang-bidang perniagaan trading, tetapi juga naklah juga dibangunkan semula penglibatan koperasi dalam bidang pertanian. Kita tahu di sekolah ni dia ada banyak tanah-tanah. Ada tanah-tanah yang tidak digunakan, maka kita harap koperasi sekolah juga akan terlibat dalam aktiviti-aktiviti pertanian, agro makanan, untuk kita bukan saja nak melahirkan melahirkan bangsa usahawan di kalangan pelajar-pelajar, tapi juga kena ada juga semangat untuk kita lahir sebagai mencapai matlamat negara juga, untuk lahir jadi sebagai petani moden satu hari nanti.
He said the ministry, through the Cooperatives Commission of Malaysia, was prepared to offer assistance in the form of grants and soft loans to school cooperatives interested to be involved in agriculture activity. Tan Sri Noh said this at the closing of the National Level School Cooperatives Elocution Contest 2022 in Petaling Jaya. Now, ahead of the Hari Raya Aidiladha celebration, Health Minister Khairi Jamaluddin is advising the public to continue to be cautious with family members and friends to curb the spread of COVID-19 cases. Khairi, through his official Twitter account today, said the people must wear a face mask when being in enclosed or crowded areas. Besides practicing the TRIS method, namely test, report, isolate, inform and seek treatment. He urged the people to do a self-test before returning to their village. According to Khairi, the last Hari Raya Idul Fitri celebration saw a rise in the number of COVID-19 cases to 3,410 on 12 May due to, among others, the increase in movements in the community and group activities. The Royal Malaysia Police (PDRM) will conduct a nationwide operation dubbed Op Lancha from tomorrow until the 10th of July to ensure smooth traffic flow during the Aidiladha celebrations this weekend. In a statement, PDRM Secretary Dato' Norsiyah Muhammad Sa'aduddin said the operation would involve all police personnel, including the car and motorcycle patrol units. She said the Traffic Investigation and Enforcement Department had also identified traffic congestion hotspots to focus on, besides using the drones to detect traffic offenders who are misusing emergency lanes. Road users are also advised to plan their journey and keep abreast with current traffic updates, while at the same time complying with all traffic rules and regulations. She said PDRM is committed to ensuring everyone's safety and comfort during the Aidil Adha exodus. A total of 14,306 Malaysian Hajj pilgrims started their journey to Arafah in stages today. Malaysian Hajj delegation head Datuk Sri Syed Saleh Syed Abdul Rahman said the movement started at 7 a.m. local time with 17 buses to transport about 2,500 pilgrims from each hostels in 3 rounds. Datuk Sri Syed Saleh said this year's pilgrims were lucky because the Saudi Arabian government had made various improvements, including providing mattresses and pillows in the tents, as well as direct connection of electricity without gensets to ensure a better and more stable supply.
Dengan itu diharapkan bahawa bekalan elektrik itu lebih baik dan lebih stabil, kerana pada tahun ini kita akan menggunakan kemah-kemah yang menggunakan penghawa dingin. Jadi dengan itu memerlukan kepada bekalan elektrik yang banyak, insya-Allah.
Datuk Sri Syed Saleh said all the pilgrims have been briefed on the movement throughout the Mash'ai operation in Arafah, Musdalifah and Mina, adding that the situation will be very challenging and hope that the pilgrims would be mentally and physically prepared. Meanwhile, he said pilgrims who are being treated at the Shisha Treatment Center and Saudi hospitals would also be taken to perform wukuf in Arafah by ambulance, subject to permission from their doctors. A husband and wife were found dead with their bodies covered in blood in the living room of their house, believed to have been killed by their own family member in Taman Bercham Aman Ipoh this morning. Ipoh District Police Chief ACP Yahaya Hassan said they received information about the tragedy that befell housewife Ui Tin Lu, 59, and her husband Ng Chun Hon, 64, who worked as a mechanic at about 8:50 a.m. from Chun Hon's elder brother. Preliminary investigation found the 2 victims are believed to have died last night due to head injuries, but no weapons were found. The male victim's mother, who is in her 90s and in a wheelchair, was also in the house at the time of the incident but was not harmed. ACP Yahaya said that police were hunting for Chun Hon's younger brother, known as Ng Chun Ming, 61, to assist in the investigation.
Merupakan salah seorang ahli keluarga ni yang mana telah menghilangkan diri bersama kenderaan motorkar Rotong Saga milik si mati, iaitu si mati perempuan ini. Setakat ini suspek seorang dan kita amat mengharap masyarakat membantu kita mengesan suspek ini, kerana suspek pun mempunyai satu rekod jenayah lalu, iaitu di bawah Seksyen 325 Kanun Kesiasaan. 325 ni kesalahan mendatangkan cedera parah.
He said that the couple had just moved into the house from Kedah and lived with Chun Hon's elderly mother and 2 brothers, while the motive for the incident was still being investigated under Section 302 of the Penal Code. And in sports, national badminton camp continue to draw surprise in Malaysia Masters. Stay with us. We begin with the Malaysia Masters. National top men's doubles pair Aaron Chia Soho Yik today continued their winning ways against South Korea's Kim Gi-jung, Kim Sarang to step into the quarter-finals. In their second round match in Axiata Arena, Aaron Wuyik fended off a strong challenge from Gijong Sarang to win 21-18, 21-18. This is Aaron Wuyik's second straight win against the South Korean, whom they first beat 21-18, 11-21, 21-11 in the first round of the 2022 Indonesian Open.
Lebih enjoy sikit lah, lebih patient. So buat kita pun tak rush sangat dalam court. Walaupun kita boleh tengok lah masalah kita bila leading orang kena kejar balik, itu macam dekat kita dah biasa happen macam ni.
The world number 6 will play Taiwanese duo Chang Kochi, Paul Liwei tomorrow. Meanwhile, two women's doubles pairs, Perlitan Amtina and Anna Cheong Ching Yik and Teo Mei Jing, gave a pleasant surprise for National Badminton Camp when they cleared off the second round after defeating tournament's top seeds. Anna Mei Jing gained sweet revenge when they stunned fifth seeds Wakana Nagahara, Mayu Matsumoto of Japan with 21-11, 21-15 in just 38 minutes. The results meant that Anna Mei Jing had successfully avenged their heartbreaking 2022 Malaysia Open quarterfinals exit last week, losing in 15-21, 21-23 to the same pair.
Last week kami kalah kerana kami punya mental tak cukup strong semasa mereka kejar balik. Dan kali ini saya rasa kami buat yang baik lah. Masa mereka ambil 1-2 poin, kami dapat tahan itu pressure dan ambil balik lagi banyak poin.
Anna Mei Jing are set to face world number 11 Jung Na-eun Kim Hae-jung from Korea tomorrow. Meanwhile, national number 1 women's doubles pair Perlitan Amtina gave further cheer to home fans as they pulled off an upset against fourth-seeded Yuki Fukushima, Sayaka Hirota of Japan. Perlitina produced a sizzling display to beat the 3-time World Championships runners-up after posting a straight-set victory 21-14, 21-19.
The main thing is just to focus well on our part, reduce the simple mistakes and be more aggressive in our gameplay.
The unseeded Perlitina will be up against newly crowned Malaysia Open champions Apriyani Rahayu, Siti Fadia Silva, Ramadanti. The national women's football team escaped their first loss at the 2022 ASEAN Football Federation AFF Women's Championship after bouncing back to tie Indonesia 1-1 in the second match of Group A in Binan, Philippines last night. Malaysian team captain and defender Steffi Sarge-Kaur came to the rescue after scoring the equaliser in added time of the second half to give the Malaysian Tigress squad a valuable point. The experienced player's goal equalised Shefa Imud Farid Shah's 74th minute opening goal after both teams were tied without a goal in the first half. The result saw Jacob Joseph's squad once again settling for a point after playing to a draw against Singapore in the opening match last Monday, with 2 points collected now and in third place behind leaders the Philippines and Thailand in second place. Malaysia will continue the group stage matches against the host team this Friday, followed by Thailand on July 10th and the Australian under-23 squad on 12th July. Wrapping up the news with the headlines. Malaysia and Turkey agree to work together to ensure stable and adequate food supply chain. Don't forget to tune in to updates at noon tomorrow at 12:30 for the latest update. Till then, I'm Brendan Paul. Good night and thank you for your company.